just got off the phone with the guy who owns this piece out here, and I guess he's kind of getting tired of me a little bit. So he has offered to sell me this place. Now, what he wants is he wants to retain the 2 cabins, and he wants to retain the farmer's market, and he wants a few feet around each one. So essentially what he would like to have is about 20 feet out all the way around. So effectively what I would be talking about is getting property line 56. I would be able to have all of this down the road out to where we currently are right now. That little clump of trees here down to the north or up to the north, we'd get that little clump of trees, and then he would keep about 20 or 30 feet around the farm shop through here. He would keep down the side of the road. Essentially, we just have the share of the road, you might say, in that sense. I'd have everything that's on the east side, west side. He would have everything that's on the east side, and then cutting off about midway and then up through the hill, and then I would get essentially the rest of it. So 85,000 is a pretty good deal on that, and I was thinking about what it would look like, and we don't currently have any grass, and we're going to need silage. So my thought process is this: if I get this and rent up the equipment that we need to get the grass off and get that grass into our silo production, then the silage should come close to paying it off at the end of the day, and then we can figure out what we want to do with the property. Now, the downside is it's going to lead us into next month with very little cash in hand to actually do our planting. But the biggest thing that we want to plant is actually in another month. So we actually might be able to swing it and get everything done that we want to do. So I'm thinking heavily about it. I'm going to do my dailies around here. I'm going to go and check on the chickens and things like that, and think about whether, whether I want to actually get this piece of property or not. So more to come on that. The downside of it is for what it would cost me to get the property, I could get 4 more fish tanks. Now, the fish tanks are extremely expensive, so I can't really handle 4 more from an expense right now. And I also need to improve our water situation because this water pump here is just too slow. So lots of things to think about. But I'm going to check on the chickens real quick and see how they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're going to need some feed. 377. Yeah, we go ahead and give them some feed. So let's go get the AMT and we'll give them some feed real quick. Oh, we're out of feed as well. Oh, we're going to have to make a trip up to the farm shop and get some feed, it looks like. It keeps hitting the chicken and bouncing back up. Come on. Let's see if we can get all of it. All right, I think we got all of it that time. Getting that other field, it really feels like that would be a good idea to do. Don't know. Because what I'm worried about is going into planting season and not having enough money for, getting seeds, and we have a little bit of fertilizer that we've made, which is great, but we don't have. We're going to need some money to get our seeds and everything at the end of the day. So I am concerned about not having, the money that we need. All right, there we go. All right, $3,600. I like it. All right, let's get us some feed. We want some wheat. Let's go ahead and get 4 bags of wheat. So mineral feed is 1,000 per 1050 liters. I really wanted to get the fish going this month, so we're going to go ahead and get 2 pallets of mineral feed as well. All right, let's get this loaded. It'll take us 2 passes to load all this. All right, let's take the feed real quick, and then we'll come back and get the mineral feed. Currently unloads on the left, so I want to put it underneath the awning again. Go here. We'll just unload that. Here we go. Go back and get the mineral feed. All right, so let's just bring that over here and drop it in. All right, there we go. Now all we need is soybeans. We get some soybeans, we can actually start making fish or raising fish, I guess is what I should say. Soybeans is going to be the next thing on the list. Let's see if the soybeans are being made over here. We're at 433 liters. Go ahead and spawn those soybeans. Soybeans. Let's spawn those. One pallet, yes. All right. How heavy is it? Oh, we can pick it up. Can we pick it up? Mass 190 kilograms. We should be able to pick it up. Yeah, look at there. All right. So let's run this over. It's not much, but we can run this over, toss it in, and we can actually start making some fish in February. Love it. Let's toss it in. Here we go. Bye-bye. And go into the productions. Go up to fish tank number 1. And we just have a little, but we're going to do it. Activate. Yeah. Okay. Look at that production cost. Woo. That's going to hurt. Okay. So now back to the field. Do we purchase the new property? Well, what else do we have to do for February? We don't really have anything else to do for February. We've collected up everything we can. We could expand our fields, but I think our field sizes are fine. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I'm feeling nauseous right now. Okay. It's okay. We can do this. We can do this. Let's go up and make this purchase. I think I might have lost my mind. Got 90,000. If we drop this 85,000. Now the good news is we might be able to sell off that old equipment over there and make a few bucks off of those at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this purchase. I'm going to call the guy who got the bus and see if I can get him out here for that other stuff. And if they can't use it, then what that means is we will just sell it for scrap. Buy it for 85. Yes. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're broke again. Beautiful though. All right, I'm going to lay out my lines so I know what's mine and what's not mine. I'm going to call up the guy about getting this stuff over here. Here's our pickup truck parked over here on the side just to keep it out of the way for a little while. And yeah, let's see if we can make some money off of this equipment over here and recover a little bit of money. And then we're going to start cutting some grass. Hey gang, it's been a couple of hours. The guy was able to come get a couple of the items real quickly. So that was nice. Got about $1,500 a piece for them, which was not too bad. So we got about 10K in the bank right now. Still got this old truck here we have to get rid of, but he was able to pick up 4 of the items. And then we also put in this little temporary fence to designate my property line. So my property line is coming out here, and it goes straight across all the way down to where you see the other little corner fence there. So that's the property line all the way down there, then cuts through that little grouping of trees. And then over here, we agreed on, like I said, he was going to take part of this hill. So what we did here is we put in another temporary fence that comes up over this way and over to the backside where the farm shop is, and then cuts across, basically capturing all of those pieces of equipment, leaving him, you know, a few yards there along the back of the farm shop. So it's not a solid piece of property. Obviously, it's been broken up here, and there's just some little things like I don't know what I'm going to do with this little chunk right here. I mean, this kind of seems silly. I might just cut it straight off and forget about that over there, but you never can tell. Maybe I might put a building in there, or maybe I might, I don't know, you know, maybe we'll plant it up with trees and have us a nice little tree garden back here of some sort. Not sure, but here is our property. This is our new one. Like I said, got it laid out on that end. Let's go down at the other end. All of this we're going to be cutting out and cutting grass. A few little trees to get out of the way. I think we'll make a little bit of money off of this little pile of trees right here as well. And then, of course, we cut across here. Didn't put a fence line in there, but did mark the property line so I could see it real clearly coming across. And it doesn't quite perfectly line up to where we actually had done some plowing before. You know, the plow can go a little bit further over in somebody else's property. So I never did clean up that line right there. Probably need to do that at some point. But yeah, look at all this. Nice. We're going to try to get all of this put into our silage bunker so that we will actually have some silage cooking, and we're going to need that digestite. We're going to need the silage for money making. But as of right now, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to take these 3 or 4 little trees. I'm going to cut them down real quick and get rid of them. And then for the rest of the day, we're going to be making some silage, or at least cutting some grass. Let me get this cleaned up and then we'll get to cutting. All right, the snow is still coming down. Got a couple more little trees I want to take care of right here. And then we should be good to go. I bring in this little load of small logs up to the farm shop. A couple of dollars off of this, I suspect. Yeah, almost 2,000. It's not too bad. Hey, this is going to take a while, but we're going to get some grass cut and get some grass put into the silo production. Probably going to have to add some more water too. Always more water. Hey gang, just finishing up the last couple of passes out here. Had never really noticed it before, but looks like there was a building out here in this field at one point. There's a big old brown spot right over here. I'll show it to you here in just a second. I guess there was a building or some sort of structure or something definitely at some point out here. It was, like I said, it's just a big brown spot. It did have a little bit of grass growing over it, but as you can see it right here, when I cut it, just ended up with a big spot. So maybe a building or something right here at one point. I don't know, but I pretty much have made up my mind. I'm going to turn this entire field, at least half of it. I was thinking all of it initially. I'm going to plow the whole thing up, and I'm going to make the whole thing grass for now, because I think that's going to be important for us as we move forward. A few little pieces that I missed here and there, but for the most part, it cut pretty well. Used up a lot of electricity here on my little electric tractor. I have to plug that in overnight, but looks pretty good. I love it when you mow and you can knock down the brush as well and really get a good glimpse of what you're looking at. Now, I haven't gone all the way up the side of the road towards the farm shop as of yet, but got kind of close around here, and for now, it's good enough. I'll go back and get the little pieces maybe later on, but right now let's pick it all up and see if we can get it in the productions. Want to have it up and running before we flip over into the next month, before we flip over into March. So it's important to me that I get as much of this, if not all of it, picked up. Hey gang, while I was bringing my second load in, I saw something here. I was like, what is that? It's actually sugar beets. I'd forgotten I actually turned the sugar beet production on. Yeah, that's cool. Sugar beets. Not sure what I'm going to do with them as of yet, but we got sugar beets. All right, this is my second load. Get it dumped. Keep after it. Keep after it. Got to get more done. Turn the silage production back on. And before I even actually dumped the entire 13,000 liters, it had already used 6,000 liters of that production. So it is definitely using the grass up quick, and we need to keep it going. I'll keep running it until we can get it all done. Hey, welcome to March, my friends. Last night, cleared off the field. Look how pretty it looks. I like the white fence down the side. Looks really good. Can't wait to get out there and actually plow that up and turn it into a nice little grass field. Overnight, so we had this one pallet full of sugar beets from last night, and then we had this one made overnight as well, which is potatoes. So now we have potatoes and sugar beets, which is great. I'll run over here and check on the chickens real quick, make sure they all look good. Oh, look, the ducks are growing, the chickens growing. That's fantastic. It looks like they got plenty of food. They are at 40 out of 40, so they are packed in here. We might have to think about expanding that at some point in the future. Oh, jump over the fence. All right, what do we got over here? Ooh, look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. I wonder how many there are. Let's pull a couple of these out and see if any more will produce. Oh, I guess that's it. That's all right. Okay. And lastly, but not least, let's take a look at our fish. We actually fish out of space. No way. No way. Look. Wait a second. That can't be right. It can't be out of space. Why does it say out of space? Oh, I know. I know. It is because the production is actually set on storage, not spawn. So, right here, storing. We need to change that, change the output mode to spawning. There we go. And let's go ahead and spawn up items. It may do it automatically. Let's see if it did. Yeah, look at there. It's our first two of fish. Look at that. Look at that beautiful tilapia. Ah, okay. Close it up. Keep it nice and cool. Now, we do not have a place to sell them ourselves, but we can sell them to the market shop. So let's do that. Let's see what we're going to make on fish. Let's take the AMT. Let's go grab our fish. I can't believe we actually have fish in March. I'm so excited. Okay, let's get this open. Let's grab our fish. Okay. Let's stack that in there a little bit better. Let's see, maybe turn it sideways. There we go. And let's get our other fish. Cold in there. Let's see if we can get these stacked in here together. Yeah, there we go. All right, close that back up. Good. Let's go sell our fish. This is our first fish harvest. I'm so excited. 200 liters of fish. It's not going to be very much money. I'm getting all excited. We've spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and I think we're going to make 14 bucks. I don't remember, but it's not going to be much. $404. All right, I said 14. I was thinking 400. I apologize. All right, 404 bucks. That's our first selling of our fish. $404 worth of fish. That is awesome. So one of the things I was thinking about is, although I hated the parking spots, I was thinking about maybe leaving a couple of the parking spots right here, and then maybe putting our own fish stall right here. Maybe put a picnic table up right here, clean up all this grass, make it real nice and pretty over here. Already out of grass. We hauled in 4 loads last night, 5 loads, so just over 5, so that'd be 55,000. So we had 55,000 liters of grass last night, but let's go ahead and deactivate that for now. So if we don't have any grass, that means we've got silage. 202,000 liters of silage that we can actually take into the farm shop. And what is silage bringing right now? I think the price is starting to drop. Yep. So we're at the farm shop is 543, I believe, which just beginning to drop February, March. Yeah, we're into March, so it'll start tanking down all the way through till August. So let's go ahead and make some deliveries of some silage and get some money for that. Silage, 202,000 liters. So you're going to take these 13 at a time based off of the current price of silage. Let's just round it down to 500. So that would mean that we get right around $7,000 per load. Yeah, $7,061. So I say we empty this thing, because the prices are only going to get cheaper throughout the year until we get back to August. So I'm thinking we just make this run and dump it all. Yeah, all right, gang, check this out. So this is my last load up of silage. I left about 20,000 liters of silage in production. Kind of money in the bank, you might say, if we ever need it. Wait till August to sell it off, or it'll be right around $5,000 or so. But I've made so many trips. I'm just exhausted on making trips up here. But with this one, this should get us right at the 125 mark. Dump it up, see what we get. It should be another 7,061. Bada bing, bada boom. Look, it actually came down 60. Prices are slowly starting to drop. So I'm pretty much going to call it quits right there. Leave that other 20,000 in the silo production. Let's see here. Euro pallets overload. No, we just want pallets. That should be what we want right there. There we go. And it set on the wrong thing. Excellent. It's my first time really using an auto load trailer. I'm really enjoying it. Took me a little while to get used to it, but 25,000. I apologize. I was thinking it was going to be about 21. So that gives us $151,000 in the bank. All right. That all looks good. The only thing that's outstanding is the lettuce and tomatoes. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and deactivate that for now. And just let it sit. And then we'll see if we can get some tomatoes and lettuce over there. Maybe I'll start delivering it manually. And then that way I can keep up with what's going on with it. So, said we needed water in the greenhouse. We're going to do that real quick. We drop this off. It should be nice and full from when we dropped it off before. The other thing I want to do is I want to replace this pump right here. So this pump is really slow. So I would like to get a better one. I found a better one, and it not only updates into a better flow rate, but it also is just a straight hydrant. All right, so let's take a look at what we did here. So I installed a more modern hydrant right here, and inside this building here is the pump house. So that's the pump house that is doing the pumping, and then of course the hydrant is here, and then I put the little fence around it just to keep from running into it with a tractor or a trailer or anything of that nature. And obviously can't put a fence right here beside it because it'll interfere with the functionality of it. So the fence is really just on this side to keep me from pulling out and running into it and destroying it. So obviously coming in from this direction, it seems like it'll be fairly good and I should miss it as before. Let's watch how fast this thing fills up. Look at this thing fly. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, it's so much faster than the other one. And in addition to that, check this little trick out. So if I spin it around this way, I pull into here, I get my distance just about right. Let's say right about there. Unload it, and when it's unloading, so it's going into the storage production, or the silo production, it's unloading the water, and I should be close enough that, bam, I just now fill it up. Now watch this. It'll fill up, and because the fill is actually now faster than the unload, it'll fill up, stop, and then it'll actually unload the entire thing. So if I do my timing just about right, I can get 12,000 liters in here at one time. And what's really interesting is I can let this go down like this and then start refilling it. So I didn't even have to touch anything but just kick off the refill again. Now it's refilling. The refilling is faster than the unloading. It'll get up to the top, it'll finish out, then it'll actually start unloading again, and it will come all the way down to 0. And once it hits 0, it'll actually stop. But right now, we need to get us a plow. Let's plow up this new field, and then once we have that done, we'll plant it with grass. And again, same as before, if we run it backwards, then we will use less power, and we'll be able to get through this fairly quick. here we go with the last bit. And done. Need to clean up the edges a little bit, but I'll do that in a little while. All right, now we need to go get the stone picker and pick up some stones.